What's better on?
Lunch with Leah, episode 413. And here's Leah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
2020. Oh, my God. Well, you interrupted all our discussion about fashion and the war and all that to do our podcast. Oh, my God. RJ's here visiting today on his way to
his education suffering so he can do the podcast.
That's right. That's right. It's so important. So what's going on? Well, let's see. You know, other than the war, I'll go back to that. I was in LA, as you guys know, for I guess 3 weeks. It was let me tell you, weather was cold. A lot of people were out of town, but a lot of people were in town that didn't want to go out on New Year's Eve, of course, and Christmas, during Christmas. They like to, you know, it's kind of hard to go out to these places on a New Year's Eve and a Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day because they're all packed, and you know, a lot of people call it amateur night. Like if you never go out, that's when you go out.
That's what I always said. It's New Year's Eve is for amateurs.
Yeah, I mean, people are drunk on the streets, and the places are crowded. So I had a New Year's party, and then I had a Christmas party because people like to hang out, but they don't really necessarily want to go out. It's very crowded. And so I had 2 different parties where Joey put the food out at one, and then the other one I just did myself because I don't remember what happened. Oh, I think it was last minute. I don't know. Interesting people showed up. A lot of people I invited said they were going to come and didn't come, or they were out of town, but it was a fun party. And then on New Year's Eve, you saw Kathy Griffin got married.
So I was sitting at the table at the party, and I saw her first post come up say, I'm going to do something unbelievable the next 30 minutes. And so I kept looking and looking and looking, and everybody's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you getting up and dancing? I was like, no, Kathy Griffin's getting ready to do something crazy.
So I had invited her to the New Year's Eve party, and she said, oh, no, I'd love to come, but I have other plans. So then I tweeted her, so these are the plans to disrupt my party? How lame. But anyway, so that was kind of interesting. They've been together like 7 years, so that was good.
Lily Tomlin was the officiator.
Yeah, officiated it. Yeah, you know, I love Lily. I ran into Lily Tomlin at the first class VIP terminal thing in LA. It's different at the LA airport. Everything's so La La Land LA celebrity. First class there, it's like you're really treated like a celebrity. It's hilarious compared to everywhere else. So I ran into her at the suite there and in the ladies' room, and I literally bowed down to her. I love her, Lily Tomlin, and she was just as sweet as she could be. She's like, oh, come on, get over it, you know. So anyway, so that was that. And then,
that's funny.
So Jeff was at the party New Year's Eve, and let's see, Janice Dickinson. Remember Janice?
Oh yeah, he mentioned her too on the radio when he was talking to Andy.
Oh, that she was at the party.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just crazy. You know, I had Cheryl Teagues one time. People can't believe people that show up at these parties because they just invite random people that I like or know or haven't seen in a while. But she looks fabulous. She's in great shape. She's married to a doctor now, and she was dressed very New Year's Eve, you know, glitter and sequined and the whole thing. She had long hair down to here. I mean, she said she was the first supermodel. I think she may go on Jeff's radio show. I introduced him. And the other thing is I was telling Jeff, ask her about being the first supermodel, because there's a big controversy about who was really the first supermodel. Well, I wouldn't want to claim being the first one. That just makes you the older
You're the oldest of all of them.
But anyway, it was kind of funny. And let's see who else was there. Brendan, of course. Oh, my God. Did you see what I posted on Twitter about Brendan and I taking down that Christmas tree?
No, I missed it.
Oh, my God. I laughed so hard we were crying. So Brendan and I, we like to go to the cheap stores and shop at night. We like to go to Big Lots and Ross and Marshall, all those stores at night, especially during Christmas for Christmas decorations and candles and, you know, just to buy paper towel, whatever. So when I was at Big Lot, they had this red bag that said Christmas tree storage. James, that bag, well, I didn't know, it was this big, folded it. When we opened that bag up, it was the
size like a small studio.
It was the size of like a queen-size bed.
Yeah, it is.
Okay? So when we started unpacking the Christmas tree, when we opened that bag and started putting it all in there, you could put 5 dead bodies in there. And you could put 10 Brendans in there, okay? 10. And we got to laughing so hard. I tweeted, I'm going to put it on Instagram. It was so funny. And I was like, oh my God, if you ever need to dispose of a dead body, put them in that Christmas tree bag. So I bought 2 Christmas trees and put them together. And you should see the before and afters. It's hilarious. I'm going to send them to you. You can post them. They're hilarious because there's 2 trees And then I took this one part of the second tree because it was been too tall and pulled it apart and stuffed it into the 2 trees to fill it out. So we had, I mean, this bag was loaded to the brim, and it was the size of a queen-size bed. And Brenda was trying to lift it. I mean, we just laughed so hard. We laugh all the time when we're there. Then when I'm at the party New Year's Eve, somebody came in that my neighbor, whom I love, the glamorous movie star looking neighbor that's got an institute at UCLA and USC for post-traumatic stress disorder and OCDC. She's published all over the world. Her husband is a genius. They're Russian Jewish people. His father was a rocket scientist. They're like such an intellectual family. So they brought a couple with them, and the guy says, this needs to be refrigerated. So I put it in the refrigerator. The next day I open it up. Guess what it was?
What?
750 grams of caviar.
Oh my gosh.
So I had the chef look it up. It's $2,500 of caviar.
Oh my
so then
goodness.
I said to Jason, can I bring it home on the plane? Well, the plane regulation was 250 grams. So I had to put it in the freezer.
Oh no.
But Joey, the chef, said you can put it in the freezer for like up to 3 to 4 months and it's fine. But if I would have known, I would put it out that night. But I couldn't believe it, caviar. then Dan Deutsch from Dan Deutsch Eyeglasses brought me these incredible pair of black eyeglasses. I don't have them here because he's putting a lens in them right now for me to my prescription for when I drive. They were spectacular. I mean, the gift just kept flowing. Somebody's bringing Dom Perignon and Crystal. I'm like, I've got to find out, you know, these guests, I've got to keep them on my
That's a good group
list.
of people
I mean, it was just crazy the amount of guests. You know, and Lisa and Harry showed up. You know, Harry Hamill, Lisa Renna. I mean, we had crazy. Tom Arnold, of course, he was holding court. The girls, Julie and Brandy. Ronnie, who was in New Texas, we missed him. Oh, well, we did use his Watch What Crappens cocktail glasses. He gave me a bunch of cocktail glasses, and we use them all the time.
Yeah.
Because what happened one year, I said, somebody stole all of our glasses, and we couldn't find any glasses. So Ronnie came over with all these cocktail glasses that say Watch What Crappens on them from his podcast and his show and everything. And so I put them all in the bar. They look so pretty. Then we opened up the dishwasher, and all the glasses were in the dishwasher because someone had washed them. So we had plenty. We used every single glass for New Year's. I couldn't believe it. We must have had 60 people there.
Oh, wow.
Then I had another little Christmas tree with the white feathers around it, and I had all the FUCK Trump balls on it, and I had the ornament of Ginsburg and the ornament of Obama right in the center. And I just had it right in the center when you walk in. I figure if somebody walks in and they don't like that tree, or they give me a look, I'm going to escort them right out.
Thank you.
And so
stage right.
Stage right. Get out of here. And then Bill came. I was just telling Jason that Bill, our friend from Disney, is RJ's size, but he's a little heavier than RJ. But 2 years ago, he was really thin like RJ. He gave RJ, I swear to God, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth of clothes in the closet, never worn. Tom Ford, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Dolce, I mean, every brand imaginable. And I said, RJ, you're not wearing these to school. You can wear them off campus. You can't go to school dressed like that.
Why not?
Oh, come on. Those girls all know labels, trust me.
Believe me.
You got to act really poor when you're at school. I don't want any gold diggers.
I used to wear Versace all the time in college, and people stared at me always. No,
I see James has on a great Versace shirt today that I gave him for Christmas.
I know. I love it. Thank you so much.
It looks so much better on.
It does.
Than
It's
on
a
the
really,
rack.
it's
on
a
the
great
rack,
shirt.
it was uneventful, but it was pretty.
No, it looks great.
But it looks fantastic. It's so bright and colorful.
Thank you so much.
Cheerful. If I see that damn thing on eBay next week.
No, this one's not going on eBay.
I'm kidding. He sells everything on eBay. That's so funny. Oh my God. And then Lisa Levy. Remember Mike Levy? Remember when I did Amazing Discoveries television infomercials, and I had Sudden Youth on there, and I had, oh my God, I had BioFlora. I had all these product lines on infomercials with Mike Levy. Well, his widow, Lisa Levy, and I, and Mike and I, we've been friends forever. She came, and she brought a friend with her. So I was showing, I had my Elizabeth Taylor diamond on. It's not really my Elizabeth Taylor diamond, but it's a diamond that Barry Peel gave me. It's a black diamond in the shape of a, what do you call it?
A pear?
Pear. Mm-hmm. So that because I bid on the cognac diamond of Elizabeth Taylor that I couldn't get. I didn't get the bidding was like that. It was over $1 million in 5 seconds. So I'm like, that's not getting that. So I had that, and I had it mounted like the Elizabeth Taylor one, and I added so many layers of diamonds that it was even bigger than the cognac. So I was talking about that diamond, and this girl says, Lisa's friend goes, well, you know, I worked for Elizabeth Taylor for 26 years. I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Where were you when I was at that auction? If I didn't know, I've known Lisa 30 years. If I'd have known that, I'd have been in the will. I would have been in the will. What is wrong with nobody told me this? I mean, we had a kick. And then, you know, Chris Warner, that's selling our products out in LA, he was there at the party. He brought his mom and his stepdad. Or maybe it's his mom and dad. I don't really know. Who cares? Whatever. Everybody was there. It was just a big party. And then we had the Christmas party on top of that. And then we had the New Year's party. And we just cut. And then we spent the next 3 days cleaning up the mess because nobody wants to work. And if they do want to work, they say, well, you know, I get paid extra on holidays. Well, New Year's Day, you want to get paid extra? I'll take the damn tree down myself. It's not the matter of paying extra. It's a matter of all the stuff I did for you all year long, all the extra money, all the extra bonuses, all the food from every single party, the clothes to your kid, all the stuff I've done. And instead of just coming in and having a good, happy face on, I would have paid you extra anyway. But don't start with that bean counting stuff with me. I couldn't believe it. So I took the tree down myself. Anyway, we went to some movies.
Where's the video of that?
Really? By the way, when they don't speak English, it's hard to communicate. So I just said, forget it. I took the tree down. Brennan and RJ and I, it took us 4 hours. It was oh my God, you have no idea how many ornaments we had on that tree. We had layers and layers and layers and layers of ornaments on the tree, and then they had the fireplace done, and then they had the FUCK Trump tree up, on and on. So we went to see, RJ and Roy went to see 1917. I see that won an award.
It won the Golden Globe for...
I couldn't believe it.
It won 2. I think it won...
Was it the director?
Was it 3 awards?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I thought the director for Parasite won Best
I think maybe they
Director,
did, yeah.
And then, it did win
It won
Best
3
Film.
awards.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it. I just can't stand the gory war movies.
Yeah.
It's just, they're too depressing.
But you know what? I felt that way about, what was the Dunkirk movie that came? I felt the same way about that, but when I finally got around to watching it, I was glad I did. It was really good.
That was very educational, too.
Yeah.
Then RJ and Roy went to see that, and they went to see Star Wars, and then we went to see Bombshell, which I thought was uneventful. The loudest voice on HBO is better than the film Bombshell. And they had the 3 big stars. They had, who they have? Charlize Theron.
Yes.
And then Nicole Kidman and
Margot Robbie. Yeah.
But I just felt that the show really was lackluster compared to the loudest voice that's on HBO. Then we went to see Clemency. Oh my God. You've got to go see that. You got to go see Clemency. It's breathtaking. And the acting in that is unbelievable. But it's heavy. The Knives Out, saw that. Saw Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Who knew he could act?
No, and everybody's laughing because he's been in some of the biggest bombs in Hollywood history. But they're saying he should get an Oscar nomination for this. They said he's really good.
Was he nominated in the Golden Globes for anything?
He didn't, but they thought he was going to get some kind of.
Let me tell you, I am shocked. He's a real actor's actor.
That's what everybody's saying.
And I will tell you, that show's exhausting. It's hilarious. It's fun. It's good. It's great. You're just worn out by the time it's over. It's so fast-paced, you just can't keep up with it. Then we saw Richard Jewell.
Oh, did you?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
And Ford versus Ferrari.
Yes.
That Christian Bale, he is such an actor. I mean, he's just incredible.
Yeah.
And then we saw Queen and Slim. Did you see Queen and Slim?
I have not.
You know what? I was one of those that I didn't really want to go to. I was going to send them, and I was like, I'll just go, be a good sport. And I couldn't believe it. It was a shocker. Kind of like Parasite when I almost didn't go. That was another good one.
Huh.
So, did you have something you wanted to say before I move on?
No, people were just commenting, and they asked, Ryan Holt asked if you had seen Bombshell. He thought it was amazing. Alex Pletcher said, Happy New Year. So happy to wake up this morning, not vaporized and not in World War III.
Yeah.
And Marcella Bernardi says, hello from Squaw Valley, Lake Tahoe. You look fabulous. And Suzanne says, hello from Denmark. You look very good.
Thank you.
Watching
Well,
from
I'll
Denmark.
tell you, Bombshell, I'm not saying it wasn't a good movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to HBO, The Loudest Voice, that told a better Roger Ailes story. I thought Bombshell was more about Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
And it kind of made her look good. Actually, I used to like her okay, and I liked it when she stood up to Trump on the debate, but then when she came out with her book and said that Trump had been harassing her and bullying her and threatening her for a year after that debate, I was furious with her because why didn't you come out and say that before the election? Why'd you save it for your book to sell more books?
Yep.
So I lost respect for her.
Yep.
But the movie actually redeemed her a little bit.
Did you see Joker?
No, Roy Jr. and Roy did.
It just came out to rent streaming. I'm going to see it tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight because I didn't see it when it was in the theater.
It's kind of dark.
It got like 17 BAFTA awards last night. Yeah, they said it got the most of any movie ever.
Apparently, according to everyone in LA, this was like the actors of all actor classes.
Yeah.
I mean, they said he was just beyond,
Yeah.
you know. Then we went to a bunch of restaurants. Went to the Ivy with Brenda. We went to El Piccolino, the Palm. We went to Obica, Wally's. Oh, then Hochi. Remember Hochi, one of the casting agents for the first show, season
Hochi
1?
Oritz, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't open a restaurant. I guess he's doing PR.
It's a lounge.
Well, it's a restaurant upstairs and a lounge downstairs.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing the PR or if he's part owner in it or whatever, but somebody from Miami that's well known in the restaurant business here, I can't think of his name right now, opened this restaurant called Warrior at the top and a lounge called Choo Choo at the bottom. So it's literally 10 blocks from our house.
Huh.
We went there. It was so amazing. It was so good. The atmosphere was gorgeous. The service was great. The food was amazing. The prices were good. I was like, wow. I really kind of went like, well, you know, he's my friend. I'll go and support him. But we were so impressed. And we would go back there probably once a week.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
it was really good.
Well, congratulations.
And then we went to, oh my God, we went to the Peninsula Hotel for Thanksgiving Day with Bill. Okay, listen to this. Now, I hate to say this because I love the Peninsula and they're so good to the dogs. It was $175 a person. Of course, Bill picked up the check after giving RJ $5 million in clothes. I can't with him. So I sent a case.
Does he want to adopt a 50-year-old?
I sent a case
I'll remove my ribs if I can fit in these clothes.
I sent a half of a case of Dom Perignon over to him and bought him a whole outfit because I was trying to like catch up, and you can't catch up with it.
You can't count beans.
Yeah, I mean, so anyway, he picked up the check, and I felt bad about it because there were 3 of us and one of him at $175. And listen to this: they had the worst dessert thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay,
yeah.
They had all these little hard cookies. They had all these little pastries that you could go buy at a pastry shop. They didn't have any cobbler. They didn't have any pies. They didn't have anything like that. So I complained about it. I said, listen, we come here before for brunch for Thanksgiving. I go, you didn't do a traditional Christmas thing. Where's the pie? You know, I said there wasn't one dessert that anybody here liked, which was true. It was all pastries, and it was not like desserts.
Like a continental breakfast.
No, it was just like if you went to a pastry store, and like if you went over here to this place that they make the pastries, and you said, I'll take 2 dozen of these and 2 dozen of these, and put them all out. It wasn't like, I couldn't believe it. So we're leaving. The guy came up and gave us a pumpkin pie. To go home with.
They probably sent somebody else a van. Ralph's.
They probably did. You know, and I'm like, if you had the damn pumpkin pie, why didn't you put it out? But it was like, I was disappointed. I told Roy, I'm not spending $175 to go there anymore. They served lamb, which who eats lamb?
I would not eat that.
I don't think anybody eats lamb.
I don't eat lamb.
Roy Jr. tried to eat it. He said it was horrible.
Yeah.
Roy took a bite, said it was horrible. I wouldn't eat a lamb if I was starving. Okay, so let's start there. And then, you know, it was just a flop, I thought. I just wasn't impressed. I don't know, whatever. I'm spoiled rotten. Call me a bitch. Thing is, if it would have been $50 a person, I would have never said a word.
I'm glad you did come with me on New Year's Eve.
Well, at the Versace mansion, it was $400 or $500 a person, I heard.
It was a little more than that, all in. Per person.
I think we have to reduce James's salary.
Well, no, somebody gave that to me as a gift. It wasn't. I didn't buy it myself. But I have to tell you, I'm going to give the restaurant another chance. The prefix menus on holidays and things like that. But I got to tell you, if I had been anywhere else, they would have seen another side of me.
But doesn't Barton still own that?
I think.
And Barton G's one of the best chefs and best.
Oh no! I think it's a different company now. I think it's involved with it. Yeah.
He has a restaurant, Barton G, on La Cienega in West Hollywood. And we've been there a couple of times. It's over the top. You have to be up for it. It's not like just run in and get something to eat. It's an experience. And tourists love it, or if you've never been there, you love it. But to go there all the time, you'd have to be like down the street and run in because everything's just so over the top. I mean, you have to really, you're going to eat a lot. Annie, they do have the best desserts probably in the world and the best presentation in the world. You
Yeah.
never see a presentation. If you want to impress somebody for like a holiday or birthday or Valentine's,
Yeah,
go
that's
to
a
Barton
good
G's.
I love to go
That's
there here
gorgeous.
too. I think it's
and the
but
bar
that's,
is fantastic,
yeah.
but it's an experience. It's not a run in and grab yourself a go-go salad.
and you never know when you're going to see Bethany have a meltdown on Luann in the backyard.
Oh, is that where that was?
That's where they were when they had that huge
Oh,
fight
I
on the
remember
show.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was Barton G.
Oh, I forgot. You're right. Oh, that's right. They were outside.
They were all out
I forgot
sitting
about the
outside, and that's where
patio.
she had that
we
massive
used to go there a
meltdown.
lot, but we don't go to the beach anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Then, so I was telling you. Oh, and then remember Candace Barr
Yes, from the
that has the podcast,
and everything. Yes.
She gave me a damn Hermes bracelet.
How nice is that?
Hermes bracelet. She just came New Year's Eve with an Hermes bracelet for me in a nice, beautiful box. I'm like,
Oh,
why
my
did you bring
gosh,
me
that
all
was
these
lovely.
expensive gifts? I was beautiful too. It was gorgeous. I wasn't going to wear it today, but I had already packed everything away. Actually, I might have. No, I brought it. Okay. And then, let's see, what else was going on there? Okay, what I was going to tell you. Oh, and then my neighbor that gave me the set of Versace cups.
Yes.
Wasn't that gorgeous,
That's
James?
beautiful.
A whole tea set of Versace cups. And they brought a half a case of champagne, and their friends brought caviar, and they brought something else. I'm like, geez, I'm glad I have all these friends. I'm the poorest of my friends, I swear. I got to up my gift giving.
That was really nice.
Those
You made out like a bandit.
I'm going to have more parties. Let's see. Then Bill had a party. We went to Bill's party, and Tom showed up, and the girls showed up, and Tim Rosa showed up. A lot of our friends showed up. He served Dom Perignon the whole night because that's the difference in him and me. I'm serving Vivo Cloquet or whatever it is, and he's serving Dom Perignon. But I did contribute my 6 bottles.
I prefer Veuve Clicquot.
I don't really drink that much champagne, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's all. If it's really good, or it's either really good or it's headache bad. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then my family sent two or three boxes of stuff from Texas. Of course, my God, they cook and everything's so fresh and homemade. And then they send gifts for RJ. Blah, blah, blah. And then I did my Pilates every single day except the days they were closed. I was always doing my Pilates there. Then I was going to see Joanna Krupa, but everyone was just too damn busy. So the day before I left, I took her baby gift and put it in the mail to her. I already got a thank you from her. I have to see her the next time.
She's so cute. I've been
That baby.
watching the baby on
I
Instagram.
know.
She's so cute.
Joanna is such a sweet
She looks like a
girl.
little Joanna.
Joanna has got a heart of gold.
Yeah.
You know, you can say what you want about her. All those girls are jealous of her, and everyone's trying to bring her down. But she really has a heart of gold. She supported her mother and her sister for years. She gets up 4 in the mornings, 5 hours in makeup to look fabulous, to go out and do a photo shoot. I mean, that's a lot of work. She's not just a pretty person. She's inside and out. She's beautiful. So I loved giving her the baby gifts. And let's see. Well, let me think. Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. What else did I can talk about? Oh, my God. Some of my neighborhood. This is my pet peeve in life. Incompetence and stupidity and laziness. I can't deal with it. So we're driving down the road. Jeff picks me up to do the radio. We're going down the road, and there's a big pile like this high and like 10 by 10 or no, like 6 by 6 of cement, wet cement in the middle of the road, side of the road, right there on the right-hand lane. It's wet cement. So some cement truck going down the hill accidentally bumped a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, well, they better clean that up before it dries. And Jeff's going, for sure they're going to clean that up before it dries, because once it dries, it's a real mess to clean it up, right? This is day 1. Day 2, somebody went by and put a big old bucket on top of it.
They didn't remove it, they dressed it up.
Day 3, somebody put a little bigger ladder on it. Day 4, it's still sitting there. Day 5,
It's dry by now.
Day 6, they close the road, block it all off, take the bucket off, take the thing off, and they're grinding up the cement, and all the cars and houses that you drive by there are filthy dirty from the cement, and they spent 2 days cleaning up the cement that would have taken an hour if they would have cleaned it up the day that it was dumped before it was dry.
Before it was
if
dried
it
up.
was in front of my house, I would have gone to Home Depot, bought one of those shovels, and I would have cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I mean, what is wrong with people? I'm just like, this is why our overhead's so high as a country. You know, like the road people spent like 2 days on something could have taken 20 minutes, and then all the cars are blocked all the way down Sunset. It's rocked off, and everything. You drive by, your car gets filthy because they waited too late to clean it up.
It took a day for someone to call it in. Then it took another day for it to get to the right person. Then it took another 2 days for it to get signed off, and then to assign a team to it. And then that's exactly what happens.
Who put the bucket on it, and who put the ladder on it? That had to be the city. When you went to put the bucket,
the neighbor,
or the ladder, I think it was the city ladder, like one of those things. Why wouldn't you go there instead of putting the ladder? Why wouldn't you go there, shovel, and get rid of it? I can't with people. It's just too much. I texted Jeff. I'm like, Jeff, I can't anymore. This is our neighborhood. Anyway, and then listen to this. So we go see Frankie Grande in, what is it called?
At Rock of Ages, yeah.
By the way, he's sick the last week. He missed 4 or 5 shows. He's going to start back tonight. And
he's got what I had for Christmas, probably. It was awful.
He was so incredible. This is the first show I've been to of his where he didn't play the lead. But he had parts that were breakout parts. And then the second act, he had this scene-stealing act of the entire show. He was phenomenal. So while we're there, his mom, Joan, who I've known since, I guess, 10 years, comes up and says, first of all, she buys everybody's drinks. I didn't let her get ours, but she picks up everybody's drinks. She's incredible. I love her. And she said, well, are you going to go to Ariana's show tomorrow night? Well, I didn't even know there was a show. I said, oh, I didn't know about it. She goes, oh, you need to come as my guest. And so Michael Avenatti was standing there. He goes, oh, my daughters love Ariana. He's got 2 teenage daughters. She gave us 6 comp tickets.
And you were close.
3rd row, center.
Yeah, it was great.
VIP entrance, VIP everything to the damn show. And we went.
It was great.
She was an incredible performer, though. I mean, she really is.
It was actually the next to last night before the tour ended, right?
The night before her tour ended.
Yeah, so that was probably a great concert.
That was a fantastic concert.
Or if it had been Madonna, it would have been the last concert. She canceled all of them.
Sick or got pain.
She just canceled them. She took that 21-year-old and got out of here.
You think she has pain, or you think it's a lie?
Well, 2 days later, she was dancing on Instagram doing stuff. So I don't know how much pain she was in.
Well, it's different than dancing on Instagram for 5 minutes and pulling off a whole show.
She made it sound like she was like in a hospital.
Yeah,
listen, the people were all in the theater waiting on her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they tried to blame it on a tornado warning.
Well, remember too that one year she was in Miami, she went on the stage 3 hours late.
I remember that's the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
She didn't even show up on the same day that was printed on the ticket.
Yeah.
So.
You know, Ingrid and I went to Las Vegas and went to one of her shows with her, and she was at the MGM, and they gave her the whole building.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all hung out. I mean, it was amazing. And she had a different work ethic then at the MGM. I mean, she was right on top of everything, slept late, had the humidifier going, ate healthy, the chef, the whole thing. But when she comes to Miami, she doesn't act like that. I don't know, maybe because she used to live here and she's got a lot of friends here. She hangs out. I don't know, but she was late that one time, and then now this incident. People in Miami are kind of like, you don't hear a lot of
they're really over her
anymore. They're upset about it. I don't know. I feel bad because, you know, why go out in your career? I mean, it's not that she's stuck quitting or anything, but why kind of start ending your career that way? I mean, get better as you get older. You know, work harder. Like, look at Mick Jagger. I mean, come on.
Right.
I feel bad because I personally like her, but whatever. Now, the Housewives ran a little poll. Someone sent it to me. I was like, you know, I don't follow all that stuff. I just can't.
Yeah, and all celeb polls on.
Was that what it was?
It's all celeb polls on
so
Twitter.
I sent it to you. Yeah. I sent it to you. So somebody screenshot it and sent it to me. So they had a category. Who do you miss on the Miami Housewives? Well, in the first category, Leah Black, 61% miss me, 23% miss Eric, 26, I can't read my writing, miss Adriana, and 12 miss Alexia. Well, that's proportionally accurate. Thank you very much. The second category, 32% miss Hochstein, 50% miss Krupa, 8% Ms. Karen and 8% Ms. Anna. I disagree with the Karen one, but the Krupa one and the Hoxie one, so there you have it, 61%. More people miss me than all the other this together.
And one popular wasn't even included in the poll.
Oh, that one. Oh, that desperate one. Oh, good. Yeah, well, that was a friend of. Then we went shopping at the Grove.
Tell me. Oh, are we talking Housewives?
Oh, we are later. But
Okay.
why? What do you want to say?
I wanted your take on the whole Vicky thing.
Oh yeah, we got that on here. If we don't, we got to speed this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take our break too.
Okay, so then RJ had to go to this music store in Downey. Do you know where Downey is? It's like an hour outside of LA for black metal music and buy a bunch of albums. Does anybody here listen to black metal music? Do you, Jason?
No, I don't like it.
Do you?
No.
Well, there's a concert here on the 11th he's going to go to, too. It's right on 8th Street. Anyway, he had to go there, so Michael Avenatti was out of town. He gave us his driver for the day. So we drive all the way over there. He buys all his little T-shirts and all his CDs. He gets in the car. He puts the CD in the CD player, and it got stuck. Oh, God.
No.
So a week later, Michael Avenatti's driver took us there again. And 2 weeks later, we stopped at Mercedes on the way back, and they popped out the CD. And guess what the problem was? The back CDs for movies and the front CDs for music. Well, how the hell are we supposed to know that?
That's hilarious.
Oh, my God. Now, meanwhile, remember that thing I told you about the deer that were starving in New Braunfels? I've been talking to this Dan at PETA, and we're going to try to do something about that. So you guys may have to be going up to New Braunfels and start having some protest. Okay. Oh, my God. So, yeah, go ahead. Do you want to take a break?
Let's take our break real quick for 5 seconds for our commercial sponsors. And we're back.
Okay, so Brendan, I was talking to Brendan. He flies back from Boston. So he starts telling me this story about what happened on the plane. And then he starts reading what he wrote the airlines. Listen to this. Worst flight ever. I am so disappointed. I've flown with you guys many times before, but I've never had such a horrible experience like I did tonight. First, the mom and her young child in the same row with me were incredibly rude. The mother undressed, took the child's shirt and socks and shoes off, and let her sleep with only her pants on in the middle aisle of my row. The child slept sideways in the middle aisle, and half of the flight the child was kicking me and putting her feet with no socks up on my thighs. The mother was sleeping the entire time, so I could not get her attention. I think it's very inappropriate for a parent to let their female child, even young, to sleep shirtless or anything, to sleep shirtless on a public airplane in a confined space. The flight attendants walked by this situation row and 19 multiple times and did not say anything to the mother. Is this dress code appropriate to the airlines? Second to my knowledge, there was no cool air coming into the cabin during my flight. Multiple people around my row also mentioned that to the flight attendants. Finally, when we landed, we sat on the tarmac for over an hour waiting for a machine to pull us up to the gate. There were barely any updates from the cockpit, and the flight attendants were not telling us what was going on. I am really disappointed. At this point, I will not be flying your airline again. So he was ranting about this and ranting. Guess what? They gave him 3 free round-trip tickets.
Oh, wow.
To wherever he wants to go.
Well, that was pretty. Normally they give you 10,000 miles. That's it.
I guess he looked it up and saw that he's a big producer with 2 Emmys.
Yeah.
They're like, let's not irritate him.
And they just did their 10,000th show or something like that. I saw last week.
Yeah, I saw. I tweeted about that.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay,
on Entertainment
so
Tonight.
On quotes, I was just trolling the internet on the flight board. If you don't get, this is a quote I saw I liked, if you don't get it off your chest, you will never be able to breathe. That's the Jeff
true.
Lewis code.
That's what he lives by.
Yeah.
That should be on his headstone.
Here is another one I like. If a man gives you an engagement ring without setting a wedding date, you're not engaged, you're on layaway.
Oh, no.
I think it's
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Ask me anything from social media. Well, let's see what our little group of followers are asking. Kalian, what is your typical diet? What do you eat in a day? It is so random. It could be anything from everything to nothing to a croissant, but I eat healthy. I don't eat meat. I eat very little dairy, probably really none. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat lamb. I don't eat anything except seafood like that. I eat nuts. I eat some fruit, not a lot.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
From the
By the way,
peninsula.
I wound up giving that to the housekeeper that complained.
After you
that
yelled
she didn't
at
get paid enough. And I sent home with her probably 50 cookies, 20 hamburgers,
Oh my gosh.
and 50 meatballs.
So Leah got the pie from the peninsula and took it home and gave it to
honestly, God.
the
Archie had a
housekeeper.
piece
That's
of
hilarious.
it. Hello, Leah. Just want to say hi, IGT News. But thank you, Kaylin, for asking. But you know what? I just don't overeat.
That's funny.
And that's it, basically. And I don't eat any animal stuff. I just can't. Go watch that movie, Dark Waters. I left that off. Oh my God, you've got to go see Dark Waters. It was so good. What did you do New Year's Eve? Well, I hope you were listening, Mary Angelina. I had a party. KYOKATAKAS. Boy, these names.
I know some of these usernames are really hard.
Plain person, Leah Black. Okay. I love your podcast. No questions. Oh, I want you to know that I love you, the show. Oh, thank you so much, Kyoka. Bassie, what's your least favorite housewife franchise and why? You know, I haven't followed them that much anymore. I like Beverly Hills. I like New York. I kind of like Orange County, but it just got so trashy. Yeah. Atlanta's okay. I've never been that much into it.
Jersey's been really good this season so far.
I haven't been watching that either.
Yeah, Jersey's been pretty good.
You know, I'd like to watch it. And then the other one was what? Oh, Dallas, I've never watched, and Potomac, I've never watched. If my favorite is probably Beverly Hills, my least favorite, I can't include Potomac and
least favorite was Miami.
Because I haven't watched it. Well, my least favorite
was Miami.
That lady that sang. Let's see. So none of them are my least favorite. I like them all. Listen, I give the girls a big shout out for trying. It's hard. It is not an easy gig. It's 5 months of the year filming and press, and 6 months of the year trying to repair relationships or ignoring everybody and the stress. And oh my God, it's too much. Oh, you know who came to our party? Was Ryan McCormick. Remember Ryan, the PR guy from Bravo? He came. He's now working over at E. Spivers, hi, I love you too. Lava Kate, I just wanted to let you know I hope you're having a fantastic day and a new year. Well, I was having a fantastic day until Trump decided to take matters into his own hands. Laura S. Sherman, how's university going for Roy Jr.? My son wants to transfer from Penn. Wow, everyone's trying to get in Penn. Well, that's interesting. Well, everyone likes Miami because of the weather. We'll find out. It's checking into the dorm. Thank you, Laura. If he does, let me know. I'm going to give my son's roommate so then the two of us can spy on him. Let's see. GIADA. Will there ever be another season of RHOM? Please. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I doubt they would ask me to be on it, too. Helen of Troy. I'm not that easy to control and manipulate. Do you have any specials on your skincare for the new year? My girlfriend has been using the eye cream for serum for the year. They swear by it, so I'm trying to give it a try. If you put in podcast, you get 50% off on the CBD products. We're holding that over for now. This was for an introductory offer. The new code is New Year 2020 for 50 off CBD skincare products and the Sudden Youth Lift Kit.
Yeah, and the podcast works too.
Mask, and the podcast still works too.
Yeah.
So if we use New Year 2020, we'll know you're a new customer. Podcast or New Year 2020 for 50% off CBD skincare and the Sudden Youth Kit, and that's 8 to 10 masks in the kit. By the way, we're starting to get a lot of testimonials on the kit now.
Yep.
And
people are loving
free
it.
Shipping for anybody over $50. Well, here, speaking of Leah Black Skincare, this is our customers. Listen to what our customers are saying about our beauty creams, whatever, skincare. Leah, thank you for creating a product that makes a difference with aging skin. I have had skin allergies throughout my entire life, which took a big toll with the skin on my face. Your products have been the first products that I've been able to use without irritation. The difference is amazing. Every day my face looks brighter, moist, and less defined. I'm most grateful for you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much, Donna, CIANCIO. That's so nice. It makes me feel so good. You know what's funny was I was at the Pilates studio, and the teacher kept saying, I know you did something to your face. I'm telling you. And she argued with me the entire class. Every 5 minutes she'd go, your face is awfully glowing. What did you do? And I'm like, I'm telling you, I've been using this CBD product for over a year now, and I have this glow. I also think that Divine Water that you can buy. Can you get that here? Divine
no, but
Water?
I see on Instagram their account.
I think that makes a difference because when I'm in LA, I don't know. I think that water makes a big difference. I wish they had a franchise here and would sell it.
I think you can order it online if I'm not mistaken.
But
yeah,
ship?
I know, and it's expensive to ship too. So I used to have it for promo events, and it's the worst thing to have to ship. It's like shipping cement blocks.
But you can buy the machine and put in your house for $3,000. But first of all, I'm not going to spend the money. Secondly, it's one more thing to maintain. At my house, I can guarantee it'd never be maintained properly, and I'd be getting chip water thinking I was getting divine water. Leah's life lesson: believe it when you speak it. Oh, I have an idea. We're going to take all of our testimonials, okay? And we're gonna put them each time we get one, and when you print them out like that, or we're gonna put them in a little box, and then like once a month we're gonna have a drawing, and then we'll send them something.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you send in a testimonial, your name will go in the hat, and then we'll have a drawing, and we'll send out a gift of some sort.
Okay.
How do you sound about that?
Sounds
good.
good.
That's an incentive for you to send us your testimonials, and it's fun to give you a free product. Yay!
And most people can just direct message us on social media, or you can email us at hello@leahblack.com. We read all of the testimonials that are emailed, or
every one of them.
Even if they're called and if they leave a voicemail or whatever, we listen and read them all.
And if we post them.
Yes, and you have a question that just came in. Yes. Andre Luego, going back to the housewife thing, wanted to know, what would you have done if someone had poured water on you? And I think he's referring, because last week a big fight broke out between Margaret and Danielle at this party in New Jersey, and she poured water on her, and then Danielle grabbed Margaret by the head and pulled her neck. Apparently there's she was hurt over the whole thing, and so there's...
Wait, Margaret pulled Danielle and hurt her
Margaret
neck?
poured water on Danielle, then Danielle came around and and she was in full head to toe Versace too. She drenched her, Danielle, and then she went around and grabbed her by the head and yanked her, but that's how the episode ended.
Remember that the hair yanking went on before.
Yes.
When Judy, what was it, the girl I really like,
it was
Lorita's daughter pulled the hair of Danielle, and the hair thing came out.
Yeah.
Jacqueline's daughter.
Yeah.
So, okay, the water I probably would have dismissed and walked away, because you just can't get in a cat fight with cats. Okay. Yeah. The pulling of my hair or hurting my neck, that's another story.
Yeah.
That I would not like, because I don't need my back out, I don't need my neck out, I don't need my hair pulled.
Yeah, no.
That one I don't think any of this violence is good.
No.
I think that the minute the girls cross the line with the violence, they should either take them off the show or punish them with the fine.
They did.
Or give them a timeout or
Portia,
something.
remember? They took her off for a year, made her a friend for a whole year.
Adriana slapped
Joanna,
and there were no repercussions. And the other one kicked somebody on the boat. There were no repercussions. Yeah. So they selectively decide who to punish. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't agree with the physical thing. You don't get into someone's space, and you don't physically. Listen, I got in a fight with a guy at the movie. I was at the movie. You know when they have the pre-show? So I had my phone on during the pre-show, really close to my chest, and I was trying. It was something we were on the chef for the party was on a deadline at the store, wanted to know what to buy. So I was trying to discreetly just tell him really quick and put the phone away. This dark room. They had already turned the lights out. This old man walks down and hits me on the back and shoves me and goes, "You cut that out." And I went off on him. I said, "You're a harasser."
Oh my God.
I said, "I'm going to report you. You're a harasser. Don't you ever touch me again." I got in a big fight.
Oh my God.
Then the movie started. Then after the movie, we were trying to find the guy. But I couldn't find him. Can you imagine? He walked up and shoved me. All you have to do is say, "Excuse me." I didn't want to be doing it. I was trying to hide it, but I shouldn't have been doing it. But it was literally 5 seconds, and he literally shoved me from back. And then when it's dark in a room and someone comes up behind you and shoves you from the table, scared the hell out of me. I screamed. Sure. I got in a fight with him. RJ, do you remember that? Did I embarrass you?
RJ's like, we can never go back to that movie theater again. RJ has to drive 210 miles to see a movie now.
He didn't have to shout. He didn't have to shove me. He should never have touched me.
No.
Oh my God, I was livid. Okay.
So I was going to tell you, we were talking about the whole housewife thing a minute ago. Apparently, yesterday a story broke out, and it was confirmed that the mothers of the housewives, like select ones, like Mama D from Dallas, Carolyn Manzo actually was going to be part of the show. They shot a pilot called Mamas Know Best, and it was sort of like this Judge Judy type thing where all the mothers of the housewives, including Carolyn Manzo, were going to be there. Dale from New York was going to be part of it, and they shot the pilot, but apparently they didn't get along so well. And Carolyn Caroline and Mama D apparently had it out and did not get along.
Mama D who is Mama D?
Mama D is from the Dallas show, but
Okay,
she's become one of the most popular mothers of them on the shows of the franchises.
Was Candy's mother going to be on there? 'Cause she's very polarizing.
No, it wasn't her. It was Dale, which is Tinsley's mother.
Oh, I like her.
And there
She's classy.
and there was like 2 other of the mothers that were supposed to be on it, but they didn't pick the pilot up after they shot it, so it didn't happen. They said it didn't work out, but I thought that would have been kind of interesting.
It would have been. Well, talking about housewives, I pulled my sheet out. So Teresa and Joe separated after 20 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Someone posted, here's why Joe was not able to get his get an exception made on his visa. He has had arrests and convictions. He had an assault where he smashed a woman's head in 1992. He had a bank fraud, a bankruptcy fraud. He had an identity fraud in 2014 where he was driving without a license using his brother's identification. He's had multiple DUIs, tax evasion, and driving on a suspended license. So this is why, even if they weren't so strict on immigration, which they don't make any exceptions, this is why they would not have let him in anyway.
And they're still updating they're still shooting the show. Like they went with Teresa over there and all that.
Did I tell you who predicted you?
And they're going to update all that.
I told you they're going to trot the cameras over there. Yep. Now, don't be surprised if some of the girls live there and some of them live here, and this becomes part of the show or a spinoff.
Yep.
Don't be surprised. Yep. I predicted that a long time ago. You know, when Bravo likes somebody, like Randy really likes Teresa.
Bless you.
I'm not saying he likes her because he likes her, but he likes what she brings to the show.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know if he likes her. He probably loves her. I don't know, but I just know he likes what he brings to the show.
And Joe pointed that out in the interview that they had done a whole lot for them and Bravo.
Well, they have.
But they made a lot of money too.
And you know, Vicky and Teresa are very clear that they have made Bravo and made the shows. So anyway, that was that. And speaking
oh my God, Vicky, the whole thing.
RHOC. Did you watch that reunion?
Oh my gosh, I could not believe how
I was so embarrassed.
Behaved.
I was cringing.
It was the most cringeworthy I had seen of anything for a long time.
More. And the thing is, somebody told me you had to watch it. You have to watch it. I can't remember who told me. So I TiVo'd it. And I was just like, one night, they went to a movie or something. I was watching it. I literally started breaking out in hives and sweating. I was so nervous. I was just like embarrassed and cringing, and the anxiety when she's like, she was just, you get out of my show. Who are you? I started this show.
Just so self-righteous. It was like,
oh my God. And
when she looked at Andy and said, don't forget where you came from. And he was like, don't forget where you came from.
Oh,
and then when she tried to say that she didn't audition, and he was like, I saw the tape. And then
she was going, well, all these trashy girls, and then they go back and show a tape of her showing how to give a blowjob with a banana.
I know.
I was dying. Jesus laughing. I was just dying so much. And Andy even says to her, you realize by bringing up all these incidents you think you're so much above, he didn't say it in those words, that you're leaving an opening for us to go back and show all the trashy things you did. He didn't say it exactly
like that. He said, show the montage. And she goes, bring on the montage. And they did.
And the montage was as trashy as anything. Those girls, oh my God, I was dying. And I was dying. I will always be grateful for Vicky for walking our red carpet the first year that she was on The Housewives when we were promoting the charity and begging any celebrity to show up. So I always have a soft spot for her for that, but she didn't do herself any favors on that show the last few times. I can't. Okay, let's move on. God, all right, so listen to this. I was just going through all the news. In Florida, just in the last month, Mark Anthony's luxury yacht blew up in flames at the Miami Arena. There's a Russian spy ship conducting erratic maneuvers off the coast down near Mar-a-Lago. How coincidental is that? I think they got some submarines going over there, and they got some Russians running in and plotting meetings with Trump, but that's just my conspiracy theory. Then there was a Florida man arrested for shoving his girlfriend to the ground over a fight about Trump, and he grabbed her by the shoulder, threw her to the ground. He was arrested. 2 Carnival Cruise Lines that are based out of Florida in Cozumel, Mexico, ran into each other. How the hell in an ocean as big as the ocean do you have 2 Carnival cruise lines running into each other.
Did you see that video?
Yes.
The wind was bad, but oh my gosh, it could have been much worse.
Why were they that close together to begin with?
They were trying to dock.
You know what? One of them dock, and then the other one waits to the wind and dock. I mean, what is it? I don't know.
Have you ever seen them? They pull in those little, tiny spaces. It's amazing.
Because at Fisher Island over here, they dock.
Yeah, they dock on Fisher. Yeah.
A Florida man passed out marijuana for Christmas, and when he was arrested, the cops found a hidden sore and a cane on him, but he passed out from the pot. They took him and passed out, according to the New York Daily News. Then Little Wayne has an issue here at the airport, which our law firm is helping him. And then Rod Stewart got in a big fight at the, I forgot where it was, with his son. He hit I forgot the story. Anyway, just at one of the concerts up here in Palm Beach, I think it was. Yeah, Palm Beach, because he has a home in Palm Beach. He had a home in Palm Beach less than a mile from where I used to live in Palm Beach. It was a beautiful house. I love Rod Stewart. And then there was a man who was woken up because someone broke into his house and began sucking his toes, according to Newsweek. The guy jumps up and goes, "Why are you here?" And the guy goes, I was here sucking your toes. It tells him that's why he's here and runs off. I can't believe it. This is all in Florida. Just in the last month. Florida, honest to God, it's just too much.
That is weird.
Now let's go.
The guy was like, "Oh, that wasn't your Grindr account?"
Yeah. From trash to class. In royalty, Prince Philip has been in and out of the hospital. He's okay now. The Queen's been getting trolled about why she didn't mention Meghan and Harry and the baby Archie in her speech and have the photo out. And her reply was that if she started mentioning everybody, there would be no end to it. So she just was mentioning the people in line of succession. Let the Queen do what in the hell the Queen wants to do.
Yes.
People are just looking for shit. Then somebody's like, well, why does the Queen carry a purse? She doesn't need any lipstick. She doesn't need any makeup. She doesn't need any driver's license. She doesn't need any keys. Well, if you would have been listening to my podcast, you'd know the answer to that. She has a purse because that's how she signals. She sets it down, time to go, picks it up, this and that. She has little signals that she has with her purse.
Plus, she can hit you with it.
She's very smart. She can hit you with it.
Smack on the
Remember in the show?
I know.
Didn't they hit somebody with one of my purses?
They said smack a bitch. It was Mama Elsa said something about hit her with the purse, something like that.
Oh my God. I was like, well, at least you hit her with my purse. So when it gets replayed over and over and over again, it promotes my handbag line. Is anybody going to leahblack.com and taking advantage of our sale? And then that was that. No, in the Golden Globes, I made a list of the highlights, and James printed out the whole thing. Let's just go to the highlights, the things that stood out. So we've got to hurry up here.
Yep,
Succession.
Yay,
finally. Series. That was good. Parasite, Best Foreign Film. Russell Crowe, Best Actor for The Loudest Voice. He deserved that. He may get an Oscar. That was some medical. Phoebe, what was it? The Fleabag. I didn't see Fleabag.
I don't like that show.
Foreign language. Brad Pitt got an award. I was so glad Brad Pitt got an award for Hollywood with Quentin Tarantino. Zellweger got one for Judy. If she doesn't win an Oscar, it's gonna be really close because she sang all those songs herself.
Yep.
Quentin Tarantino, do you notice he won't ever talk? He won't say anything. He makes that guy go up there and talk. I love him. Rocket Man, the actor, got it. I was a little surprised by that one, but I liked it. Tom Hanks got the Lifetime Achievement Award. Oh my God.
This is to beat a meal.
How much do I love Cecil B. How much do you love him?
I like him a lot.
I love him so much. He's such a good guy. He's so talented. He's so good. DeGeneres got the Carol Burnett Award. I had to laugh because she's talking about
speech was hilarious.
And loving everybody, and everybody that knows her that I've heard talk about her never says anything very nice. You know, there was
the speech was funny though. I mean,
she's hilarious. Yeah, she's good. And then J-Lo, who liked the dress and who didn't like the dress?
I was just getting ready to say, listen, I didn't think anybody was great. I liked Ellen's pantsuit better than I liked any of the dresses I saw, and I thought that
Scarlett Johansson in that long red
she
gown
looked good in the
gorgeous.
red. She was, but I thought
that was a pretty one.
I thought that J-Lo looked ridiculous. She really missed the mark this time.
I also thought that
she looked like a Christmas tree.
Jennifer Aniston looked pretty in that black dress.
Yeah,
there were some pretty ones, but some of them were ridiculous.
But nothing stood out.
Some of them were absolutely
and some of them were so wide, and I was like,
Taylor
how do you
Swift is so cute, but she looked like she was going to a yacht party in a flower dress.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
And how do you sit at, like, that's a sit down dinner party, and everybody's like wearing dresses that are wider than the table.
But I will tell you about J-Lo's dress. personally, I think the dress was gorgeous. What was wrong with the dress was the combination of colors. It made it look like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah,
the bright gold, the green, and the white. If it would have been the different colors, it would have been a much more blended colors. It would have been much more gorgeous. It would have just, the colors just went from gold to green to white. It didn't do it for me. But she's always knocks it out of the park. She's very elegant. Okay, moving along.
There's a hilarious meme going around on social media of J-Lo and Beyonce looking at each other at the table, and Beyonce sitting down and J-Lo standing up, and she says, hi Beyonce, it's me, J-Lo. And she goes, oh yeah, I'll have the fish. And she goes, no, it's me, J-Lo. She goes, hi J-Lo, I'll have the fish. like J-Lo's taking the order from Beyonce.
Oh God. We didn't mention Joaquin Phoenix and the Joker. I didn't mention that one. That was a big one. The other big one, Brad Pitt, when he said, I would have shared the raft.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that cute?
And he said he was going to bring his mom, but he says every time you see him standing next to a woman, he's immediately dating her.
That was good. Laura Dern.
I love her.
That was another one. And let's see. Those were the main ones that I can think of that I didn't mention because I don't have any time. The Bear series, I did that one. Okay. Oh my God, I did that one. Okay, we're out of time. Oh, Chernobyl. I didn't watch it. It's too depressing, but apparently it is fantastic. And then Patricia Arquette made a nice speech.
Yeah.
A couple of them did. So did Michelle Williams made a nice speech. Okay, moving along. Oh my God, there's a review of Cats. We're going to save that. The celebrity, Harvey Weinstein's trial started yesterday. He went in on a walker. People are making fun of him, but he did have back surgery. Gwen Stefani wants a church wedding, but because she wants to be married in the Catholic Church, she has to get that approved. I'm just going to have to save these for next time. We're running out of time. Oh, I have to mention this one thing. Colin Kaepernick's shoes, his tennis shoes sold out like that. Yay, Colin, I'm rooting for him. I'm so rooting for him. And then there was another big controversy between Stephen Curry and LeBron James. You know, that's so funny. A lot of people are criticizing that Stephen Curry got the NBA player of decades. I think they should have given two. I think they should have given the one that's done the most for the world and the communities, and that would have been LeBron, and then let Stephen have the other one. I don't know. I thought they were both
I think
good.
that Stephen should have got his next decade.
But, that's true, too. That's a good point.
That's what I think. I think that they didn't think that through very well.
This is about the fires. This is about the climate. This is about the guns. This is about the Democratic debate. We're running out of time. This is about impeachment. Well, let's save these for next week. On impeachment, I am so annoyed that they do not want to let these witnesses speak. If you're not covering anything up, why won't you tell the truth? Let them tell the truth. What is it? What are you hiding? They're hiding. It's a cover-up. It is a cover-up. It's a cover-up, and they're lying about it. He was caught red-handed. And they want to keep him in power because he's a useful idiot to so many people, like Mitch and all those people, that they want to keep him in power. But that's a cover-up. And then, let's go to the Iran thing really quick. We had a peace agreement with Iran. They were denuclearizing and not building more nukes and guaranteed to do that for 10 years. During that time, the plan was that we would build an alliance with them and a relationship with them and mutual trust with them and get them to permanently not build nuclear weapons. Trump tears up the agreement because the worst agreement he's ever seen, which he's never read, because Obama wrote it. I can guarantee he never read it.
He doesn't read.
He doesn't read. All of his people say he doesn't read. We know that. And then they tear it up. Then they put these horrible sanctions on them over and over and over to try to get them back to the negotiating table that Obama already had them at. All they had to do is say, okay, now that you're not doing nukes, let's move to the next step of relationship and let's build a little more trust and continue to do that over 10 years. But he puts these sanctions on them and backs them in a corner. Then he goes out and starts bullying them publicly, bullying them. And then it's just unbelievable.
He does an assassination from the golf course.
He assassinates a general.
Well, but listen, the guy's not a good guy, but it's the way he went about it.
It's not a matter of it's a good guy. It is against the it's a terrorist act. It is against the way the NATO works. It's
the way he
against
did
the alliances work. You don't assassinate
process.
a general just because you don't like them. We aren't supposed to believe in regime change. We tried that with Iraq, and look where that got us in a 17-year war. So now he goes and he takes out a general. Now, if he wanted to take out that general, there were other ways to do it. They could have had a sniper do it. They could have had another country do it. They could have done it under the radar and just came out and said he's being killed. But you don't go bomb and brag about it and thump your chest and expect that the entire world's going to turn against you. So now Iran and Iraq are best buddies down there kicking us out of Iraq.
And today,
after we invested 17 years in helping Iraq build their infrastructure to be a democracy. So now we're being kicked out. Now who benefits from this? Putin, because he's going to go on and be the peacekeeper now and build the alliances and put it in all back to Humpty Dumpty back together again. He's got the most to gain with the prices of oil. So I think it's kind of just a pattern that Trump talks to Erdogan and pulls us out of Syria, leaves the Kurds to be slaughtered, and Russia's got their flag on our air base in Syria. A month later, he talks to Putin, flies in somebody from a big banker from Russia, flew in to Mar-a-Lago and had a meeting with Trump. Last week, Trump's on the phone with Putin, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, they decide to assassinate, and they're bragging rights. Well, there was nothing to brag about. The guy was out in the public. He wasn't hiding out. It wasn't like they went and found him like bin Laden. He was out in the public. He wasn't hiding out. Now, there's one story that reporters are reporting that he was on his way to a peacekeeping arbitration meeting in the Middle East to forward peace. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it was, everybody knew where he was going to be. So to go in and assassinate a general of a country and literally potentially start World War III. Now, last night, while we're watching the bombs, 12 of them,
the missiles.
The missiles. How do we know during that time? People are thinking that 30, 40, 50, 100 Americans are being killed. Imagine the stress, the mothers, the wives, the children of these poor little soldiers out there just doing their little peacekeeping job trying to get rid of ISIS. Imagine if that was your son or your husband or your father or your whatever, your brother there, and you're watching them drop bombs where they live. You don't know that they're not doing it right on top of them. So Iran basically took the high road. They said, we're not going to slaughter your people tit for tat, even though you took out our general, but we're going to get even and show you what we're capable of, and then let's call it a truce. Well, then this morning, what does Trump do? Instead of calling it a truce, he starts right away. They will never have a nuclear weapon since I've been this, and look what Obama did, and you better, I'm going to forgive him. He should apologize for selling them. He just goes off like a bully thumping his throat. Again, he just can't let it go. And I, too, believe there are two things behind it. Religion.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. And oil. And keeping Putin happy.
Well, I read this morning that, and I think it was a New York Times article, that they are discovering through the douche bank that Putin was behind all the loans.
Oh, we already knew that, but no one believes it yet. But now
they've got the documentation.
They subpoenaed the documents, and Trump was able to get them squashed.
Yes.
Now I think they're going to be released.
They're coming out because this morning they said that the Times had uncovered the information already. So
let me tell you what's
you have someone on here asking for the other side. Dale Terry is asking, Hillary Clinton, when running for president, said that Iran needed to be obliterated, and it is on tape. So what is the problem?
I want to see that tape because what I heard her say, well, it's probably a fake tape, because what I heard her say is that we needed to build on the Iran deal. That's what I heard her say. So I don't know that I believe that tape. I'd like to see it, and I'd like to see if it was doctored, because she worked really hard on that Iran deal, so she wouldn't want to go in and then blow it up. So I don't believe that. There's a whole lot of propaganda out there, and if you listen to Fox News, you would think that there were rainbow, sunshine, and lollipops.
Oh, and listen, as of today, Facebook has decided to step up to the plate a little bit.
Finally.
They are going to remove any deep fake videos or videos that have been edited to spread untruths outside of satire, and there's like a few things that it falls into, but they are going to remove the videos.
I read that, but in the meantime, what's his name's been whining and dining Trump around.
Yeah,
I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg for 1 second. Not 1 second.
No.
He's in it for the money, and that's it.
We didn't need it for business.
But you think about it. You know, since the Iran agreement was torn up, there have been oil tankers exploding in the Persian Gulf. There have been downing of drones. We've had the embassy attacked. We had a dead U.S. contractor, all since that Iran agreement was torn up. But if you go into an agreement and you break your word, and then you go and put sanctions on somebody because you broke your word, and then you take an assassination out on their top general, what do you expect these people to do? I mean, who wouldn't retaliate?
Right.
And we don't want to go to a war with 800 million people in the Middle East. How did that work out? And I don't believe there was an imminent threat. I don't believe there were any weapons of mass destruction, and I don't believe that there were any that there is an imminent threat. I think it's all built on, I mean, this is what they want to do, and this is how they've justified
Geraldine Perez says, thank you, Leah. I love you. Speak your truth. My husband is over there.
Oh my God. You see what I mean? Imagine your husband's over there and they're dropping bombs because Trump took out a general that there was no imminent threat.
And they also said this morning that now Israel's on the target. Which
they are on the target.
And remember what I sent you last night? Yeah. That's all part of that same thing.
No, Israel is on the target. And what Roy Jr. made a point this morning, why are we going over there starting a whole war in order to defend Israel? Because that if we just would be neutral, there wouldn't be so much tension between Israel and Iran. See, but it's us getting behind Israel that's making the tension. And why are we defending Israel so much when they're killing Palestinians? We need to be peacekeepers. We don't need to be on a side. I just can't, you know. And then Trump comes out and says, well, we've got 52 targets. And he lists all these iconic historical places that have been around for thousands of years that we're going to bomb and take out. That's like us getting mad at the French and saying, well, we're just going to take out the Eiffel Tower. Or somebody getting mad at us and say, well, let's just go take off the Statue of Liberty. I mean, this is a war crime. It's a war crime. He doesn't even know what a war crime is. He hasn't read anything. He hasn't studied anything. He doesn't know anything about that. I was talking to Harry Hamlin about it at the party, and I told him, you've got to write an editorial and you've got to start getting out and speaking, because he told me a lot of things about Donald Trump that would shake anybody to their core. And he said, I've known him 30 years and this is what I know to be true, and his philosophy and what he believes. And if you talk to
I
Harry,
read an article or something about that. Wreck. Yeah, where he was talking about, like, there's the perceived Donald Trump figure that was like on The Apprentice, and then there's this other person.
Oh no, this guy, well, you know, I want to see if he writes an op-ed. If he doesn't, I'm going to tell you everything he told me and Roy at the party. And then I thought this was the best thing ever.
I know. One of my friends sent me that and said, sorry, James. I said, well, I'm willing to take one.
This is hilarious. Somebody posted this named Terry Saltz. Here's a picture of Florida. Right? Okay. So here's Mar-a-Lago, and he goes, Dear Iran, pointing to Mar-a-Lago. He's on the golf course.
They circled it.
Because somebody offered $80 million if you get rid of Donald Trump.
Yeah, they put a bounty on his head.
Oh,
and listen,
God.
And now not only that, but now it's also causing us all kinds of issues from a South Florida perspective, because not just because he has his home down here, but we've got the Super Bowl, we've got the Food and Wine Festival, we've got all these big Target events now that are all coming in the next 5 weeks.
I wouldn't be staying in a Trump property right now.
I wouldn't stay in one anyway, but that's because of bed bugs.
I'm going to close with one more thing, and I'll save the rest of this for next week because there's just so much to talk about.
We're way over.
Okay. Listen to the editorial boards that have called for impeachment and removal. The New York Times, the Washington Post, the USA Today, the Salt Lake Times, the Tampa Bay Times, the Orlando Sentinel, the Boston Globe, the New York Daily News, the Chicago Sun-Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and the San Francisco Chronicle. When these many newspapers, a lot of these in red states and in very conservative areas, are asking for Trump to be impeached and removed. These are well-educated, well-read people that have been around through many decades, and that is just unprecedented.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have to go. Look at the stuff we didn't get to, and I had a whole bunch of stuff I didn't even write down because there was just so much to catch up with after so long of missing you. I know you missed me. I missed all of you. Did you miss me? Happy New Year. Listen, make your goals, but apparently, according to a study, that most New Year's resolutions have been thrown off by the 19th of January. So you still got time to get a few days of your New Year's resolution in before you dismiss them. And we had fun, and I guess I'll see you guys next Wednesday, same time, same place. Go to leahblack.com, email us at hello@leahblack.com, use your podcast
pricing code,
and get your discounts. And listen, send us those testimonials, because we're going to we'll start getting them. We'll put them all in a box, and maybe like once a month, every 2 or 3 months, whenever, we'll pull somebody out of the hat and send them a free gift and announce it on our podcast, the podcast winner. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Have a great new year, and let's just cross our fingers that the wars don't start.
All right.
Bye.